Remember your favorite coach told you a few weeks ago, Bethune Cookman is going to find a way to start getting this thing clicking on all cylinders. And guess what? They're doing exactly that. Now that the season is coming to a close, I'm kind of hating the fact that we can't watch them play just a little bit longer just to see how far they can really take this thing as far as how the offense is starting to move and how the defense is starting to click a little bit better out there on the field. But you know what? They're playing Grambling this week. And I knowing daggone well the Grambling fans are wondering, just like myself, what in the heck is going on out there on the field with their team? But you know what? Bethune Cookman said, hey, we're going to show you guys just what time it is. And this was the perfect game for them to really bring out, really for them to get out there and get the offense going in a manner which so many have been waiting to see happen. So we're going to go ahead and break this thing for you right on down just about now. It's your favorite coach back at it again, 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. Hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Like, comment, and share these videos as well. Don't forget, tap in a friend or two. Tell them to come on in. It's double positive vibes over here. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. And don't forget, guys, we got the tiers set up for the members group for the channel. That's set up also, guys. So if you want to join, go ahead and do that also. I'm getting ready to go ahead and change some things up also. I want to add a little bit more in there to spice it up for you guys a little bit, because you know what? You guys deserve it. You are supporting me, and I love you guys for it. So thank you again. But we're going to go ahead and tap into this game because Coach got some things on his mind. He got to get it. He got to get this off his heart right now, because I'm driving back from Virginia. And I had everything together that I was going to post up and give it to you yesterday, and it just kept telling me, "Nah, Coach, don't put that out. Nope. Let's rework it a little bit." So I'm gonna give you a little bit of how I was feeling, the rage that was in my belly with some of this, as far as with how this game went. Like I said, Bethune Cookman, they got out there, they played their behinds off. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Grambling. When I saw Grambling State in the beginning of the game, they got the fumble. When I saw Grambling get the fumble recovery at the beginning of the game, I said, okay, they're into something today. They're coming out here to play. And then all of a sudden, the wheels start falling off. Grambling stops Bethune Cookman and get good field position, only to fumble the ball back away. That's kind of like how the season has been going, just fumbling the daggone season away. We've been fumbling the ball left and right, indecisive decisions all over the place. We just got a lot that's going on right now. And you can see it in a lot of the players out there on the field, because they're beginning to feel this, and it's wearing on them. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I was at the Alcorn State homecoming, I spoke to a couple of players, in which, we had great great dialogue, and I appreciate that, because I just wanted to get a sense of how they were feeling, especially with everything that had been happening from the spring until now, to see just where their heads were. And a lot of them, they just didn't understand, like, Coach, why are these decisions being made? Why are we doing this when we got good things going on out there on the offense? It doesn't make much sense. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, I guess Noah Biden, I take it he must have redshirted this year, because he hasn't touched the field in the past 2 games. So I'm taking it he must be done for the season. Like I said, we're going into now the 4th quarterback that's going to play in the game today. I'm not really understanding what's going on here. I mean, you know what? I'll get to that part later. Let's celebrate Bethune Cookman right now, because they deserve to be talked about, because guess what? Like I said, they begin to get their offense rolling once they got that fumble recovery back. And you know what? They took advantage of all the miscues that Grambling put out there on the field as far as defensively. I've never seen in my life where you give a gap as wide as the Grand Canyon to an offense to where there's no one in the gap over the guard, in which the running back was able to go inside and run for a touchdown score. And you know what? Bethune Cookman continue to take advantage of that all day long, because guess what? Coach Sims, like I said, Coach Sims and the coaching staff, they figured out, hey, if you're going to give it to me, you're going to allow me to just take advantage of this, why not? I mean, think about it from this standpoint. You had, why not? I mean, Jimmy Robinson III, he rushed the ball 15 times, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quishon Bird, he rushed the ball 14 times for 69 yards. And you had Ladarian Wilson 3 times for 38 yards and 1 touchdown. I'm like, come on, guys. Just alone, Ladarian Wilson, 3 rushes for 38 yards. This man rushed the ball for what? 10.4 yards per carry? 10.3 and a half yards per carry? Come on, man. You already know right there the defense is just open it up and say, let's go. But the Wildcats kept, like I said, they did keep Grambling off balance with throwing the ball, even though they didn't complete that many passes with their quarterback, Devin Black, underneath center. He threw the ball 21 times, completing 8 for 111 yards. He had three sacks. And whenever the Wildcats needed to move the ball down the field, if they were behind on the chains, guess what? They threw it to one of the big receivers. And Coach told you guys about those big receivers previously in one of the last videos. I said, guess what? Those are his keys right there. If they're free and they got a smaller defensive back on that receiver, why not throw it to him? Now, I will say in Grambling's defense, they do have defensive backs that can get out there and cover. And that's why you saw 21 passes, only completing 8. Hey, they were able to make sure that 13 of those passes were not receptions by the Wildcats receivers. But you know what? I will say this. Grambling, like I said, they went on a day. They brought out another quarterback, John P. Pierce, who wasn't that bad out there on the field. He did throw the ball 28 times, completing 12 for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he got sacked 4 times. Now, I'm being real with you. This young man, he was a little rattled in the beginning, but then he began to calm down just a little bit, and he started to find his way. The only thing he needs to work on is getting his touch out there on those passes. Everything doesn't need to be a fastball coming down the field. I do understand the wind was blowing, but the ball was still getting up on the receivers a little too quick, in which they weren't able to catch the ball, and that's how a couple of those interceptions happened. But you know what? I will be the first to say this. I had a sub that cleaned my clock about daggone the offensive coordinator for Grambling State that came in the spring, after the spring season. And everybody's been saying, hey, coach, you got to give him time to really get in there, implement his system. And I respect and understand all of that. But man, listen to me. If you're still moving the ball in the same manner in which the previous offensive coordinators were doing, what are we talking about here? Yes, I understand you changed up the quarterbacks in the Alcorn game to try to throw Alcorn off because you had a quarterback that could run the ball as well as throw it. All right, well, excuse me, he can run the ball. He was able to put a couple of passes out there on the Alcorn defensive backs in which Grambling was able to go up and get those 50-50 balls, and they ended up scoring touchdowns, which got them back into the game. But as everybody, you got to understand, when people start seeing film, they're watching film, and guess what? They understand how to defense that, how to combat what you're doing. And guess what? People started doing that. So we really haven't seen much of that happen as of yet. As of late. But now all of a sudden we got another quarterback in there. I'm like, guys, listen to me. Changing out you can change out your quarterbacks as much as you like. I don't have an issue with that. But you got to get some continuity going on with the players. If the players are seeing multiple changes all the time and there's no injuries or anything like that, players will start questioning, like, what the heck is going on? So, I mean, that's where at least, not only I know myself, I'm sitting there looking like, come on, guys, what are we doing? But, you know what, I'll touch on that for another day. Like I said, Coach Sims and his coaching staff, they got out there. They made all the necessary adjustments that they need to make in this game to get this game from Grambling State, handing them another loss. I'm glad to see that Coach Sims and the Bethune Cookman Wildcats, they were able to get out there, get their second win in a row. Let's see if they can get their third one against FAMU coming up in the Florida Classic. That's right, guys. You got another Classic coming up. Who you got in the Classic? Leave your comment below and let Coach know. But until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get all upcoming videos. Also, guys, remember, be the one and lead.